Hello, friends, and welcome back to another Needlessly Nostalgic. I'm one of your hosts, Tyler Nichols, with my other host, Mr. Lance Velchek. Well, we're covering Child's Play 3. This released in 1991, directed by Jack Bender. That's interesting. Written by Don Mancini, starring Justin Whalen, Perry Reeves, Jeremy Silvers, Travis Fine, Dean Jacobson, Dakin Matthews, Peter Haskell, Andrew Robinson, and obviously Brad Dourif. Is there anyone that you...
No.
Okay.
This is one of those where you could have just said a couple and that would have been like, fair enough.
Well, I went further along just because I was like, well, I never know. I never know with you.
I'm glad that I'm in your head enough. You're like, you're just going to read off random names. Like, you're like, fuck, is this some guy Lance loves?
Yeah, you're very much in my head with this because I'm always just like, God damn it. And like, it's funny because I was just on vacation somewhere. So I was trying to listen back through to some episodes. And yeah, the amount in the beginning of us doing this, especially during the Carpenter one, you would like always give me shit for different people, like damn near every episode.
Good.
So it's like no wonder I'm so gun shy with it.
Well, I mean, in all fairness, is it Dakin Matthews? Probably the one guy I was like, because he's just in a lot of random shit through, like Ghost Dad, Flubber, the Mr. Bean movie, like just random shit like that. Where I was like, that guy better get a mention, you know. Yeah. It's funny because I don't even know. I'm looking up his name, but it's like, that guy. Yeah, that guy. That guy.
Well, and also his name is Colonel Cochran, which isn't that the name of the warlock from Halloween 3?
Yes.
Yeah. Obviously,
Cochran
it's
is the
like,
guy's. Yeah.
The
old man.
Colonel. Yeah, because it's like, wait, the big difference is like this is like it's Colonel like is for this one, but the in Halloween 3 it's genuinely part of his name. It's Connell, Conal, Connell Cochran, and this is Colonel Cochran.
There's a great chance, and in the Halloween 3 episode, I was calling him Colonel Cochran. There's a great chance. Because Connell Cochran just sounds weird, and my brain would be like, I think you meant Colonel.
Yeah. Well, let's get into this. I really enjoyed my viewing of this film to a degree that I was kind of shocked. I'm like, this is probably the most I've ever liked this film, was watching it this time. Yeah. Literally one of the only things I really had an issue with was the ending. Otherwise, I was pretty much down for this whole
ending.
There's like weird blocking in the ending and like just weird moments, like fucking Tyler just like getting like knocked out by like the swinging.
Oh, the little dragon thing, and not causing brain damage. Fair enough.
Yeah, there's a lot of like weird coincidence stuff where I'm like, okay, this feels like you guys were rushed and weren't able to properly block things. But no, I mean, I love the set design and all that, but there's a lot in this. It's like very good, and it feels like this and the second movie go together very well. There's a lot of parallels with this, which makes sense because they filmed it like this was out
a week later.
Yeah, this was out within no time of the second film. I'm actually going to look that up right now because I remember there being, I want to say 9 months, but it might not be to that degree. Let's see.
It was close.
Child's Play 2 came out in November of 1990, and then the Child's Play 3 came out in August of 91.
9 months.
That's fucking nuts.
Well, the whole behind the scenes thing of this is that it is completely rushed to capitalize on the success of part 2, and that this is what the famous story of basically this is the Nightmare on Elm Street 5. Where 4 did really well. They rushed it out as quick as they can, and then it just the seams were showing through, and then it didn't do as well.
Yeah.
But I've never had an issue with 3. I mean, 3 has its problems, but I mean, in all fairness, I feel like there's like high entries in other slasher franchises that I hold really high in regards that have like the same style and tone as this. I think the issue with 3 really is like you're coming off of the bangers of 1 and 2. Like 3 is really what should have been. 3 is what, if we had all along, I'd have been like, oh, wow, what a fun little series. You know what I'm saying? Like this is a solid movie, just, coming after 1 and 2. I think the decline is more in like it just doesn't have the heart.
Yeah.
But who gives a shit? Because it's like, well, this is still, I would say, tight, fun kills. I mean, though, I think the kills are more. This is what I saw, I think, in our earlier episodes. Like now the kills are more of a focus. Brad Dourif's still great. It was the voice. Pup looks good. It moves along. It gives you what you want. I mean, we'll get into more, but and also, once again, a great opening. Yeah. I love this opening. I know it's kind of stitched together from what the original ending of the second one was, but I think this is a great way to start. That the blood drips over the vat and it makes a new Chucky doll. It's like, okay, that's visually, I think it's really well done too. I think that's a big thing for me. They do it in a cool, creepy way.
Dude, which is so funny because I'm not sure if you remember, but at the end of our last episode, we were like, okay, we're going to look into some Child's Play 2 stuff and we'll talk about it at the beginning of next episode.
I did because I didn't watch it and I'm like, fuck. But how about this? I will have it watched for the ranking. So I'll bring it up in my number 2 because it's like, dude, yeah, we're busy. It's like, I'll get to it eventually. I didn't want to, well, I guess a lie. What I want to say is I didn't want to muddle up this episode. The truth is I just didn't have the time. But now I'm going to tell you the real reason actually was that I didn't want to take away from Child's Play 3.
Which is funny because I did watch the TV changes.
Okay, well, can you give me a quick vote? Do you think is it a better movie with things better added back in?
No, there's some stuff like I would not say that the full, like, whatever 15 minutes is necessary, but there's like fun stuff. Like literally it ends on a freeze frame of Chucky, like a new Chucky doll smiling.
Yeah. Because it's essentially what, like this one screams, but it's the same look, right?
It's weird. Because that was one thing I was paying attention to when watching the Child's Play 3 intro, was to try to figure out the parallels. And it does seem like all this stuff was shot like new. Could be wrong, but it didn't.
Oh no, it is. I think they just took the idea from they didn't reuse the footage, but like that, the molding face making a smile or something isn't like that's. I think they just was like, oh, we'll make the doll again and use it. No, because I think this is all Bender. Shot stuff. I do.
Yeah, and he laughs. He laughs at the end of Child's Play 2, when he's reformed, he does the Chucky laugh, and then freeze frames on a smile. So, but then there's not a Andy speaking before he does the thing. Does not exist in that. So I don't know what the fuck we saw that from.
Weird. Is that one of those? What's it called? The Bernstein Bears, where it's the Bernstein.
Mandela effect.
Yeah, the Mandela effect. I just assumed.
Yeah, that's weird. There's a line from the fuck, Chris? Is that her name?
Kyle.
Kyle. Yeah, there's a line from Kyle. Kyle has like a one-liner, but yeah, Andy does not.
Weird.
Yeah, because I can.
Did she have it in the
it's literally in my head.
But did she have it in the theatrical or no?
No, she does not have it in the theatrical.
So then that's essentially what happened for you and me is we watched that at one point on TV as a kid, and then that line just got attributed to Andy, and then we, for some reason, formed it ourselves as Andy. Because that had to be it had to be it.
Yeah, I'm hoping that someone can send something our way. Also, if any of our lovely listeners want to send along a purchase link for a high quality Chucky doll, send them my way, because that's something I'm very interested in. And I keep the one from Trick or Treat Studios or Spirit Halloween. Like, I think it might be Spirit is the one that when you look up on Amazon, it's like, it just doesn't look right. And I mean classic Chucky, not Bride On, where he's all cut up.
Good guy doll.
I want good guy doll. So if you want to send that along, because the brief amount of research that I saw, I had trouble finding one, but that's something that's going to be a goal of mine.
Yeah, I remember this girl's walking around. She's selling a couple, and she was like, "Do you want to hold it?" And I said, "I can't, because if I hold it, I'm going to buy it." I feel like it was expensive. It was like $500. It's something where it's like, I was like, I'll get dumped if I come home with a doll for $500. I would. It's one of those, like, everything we get brought up. It's like, we never did this, and everyone here, and I'm like, but I got the doll. It's like I knew it. I knew. Yeah. But if I would say this, anybody wants to ever buy me one. I make my own mead, my own rum, my own eggnog. I could give you any of those. We could do an uneven trade.
I've got love for you. That's what we can. We can exchange love.
And a pizza. I can give you a pizza too. There we go.
Yeah, Lance makes some fucking killer pizza. So no, I love how Jack Bender, who I'm sure you're a big fan of since he is a Lost boy.
Did a lot of Lost, yes.
Yeah, a lot of Lost. But like the reverse shots or like the upside, there's like he has some upside down shooting and
I think for a Rush director, I'm in fact, my biggest disappointment is, can I bitch real quick? We pause. So I watched this part of the Chucky doc on Shudder.
Mm-hmm.
And it was actually my most disappointed I've been so far in that, only because like they didn't get Robinson, they didn't get Bender. They they were just like, it was fine. We made it kind of fast. Whoopsie. And there's the one time where I was like, so far, that's the only movies that I've seen. And I did finish the doc, I should say, where I was like, oh, you guys just didn't have shit to say for this and fucking spun your wheels. But not having Bender and Robinson, I think, was a big disappointment because I feel like I don't know anything about this movie. Like I want, Mancini, the problem with him to me is like, he's both the creator and he's so close. Like I need somebody a little far removed to give me stories and talk about it. Like, cause he's just too, even when he doesn't like something, like, he's I think he's smart being political, but I think I need a little more dirt. Like when we're watching the Nightmare on Elm Street doc, people are like, yeah, we don't like Tuesday Night because she was fucking the director. Like I didn't get any of that here. Yeah. I need some of that. So, but no, for being rushed, I think this is a really well-directed movie. I think it actually to me fits more in line, like the look and feel for part one, actually, which is like a little more, I don't know, less stylized. Like, I mean, he does some good stuff. Let's not get me wrong, but I feel like, I like after two and like the interesting like angles and like the lenses, I feel like this is going back to that sort of like kind of a grittier look. I don't know, maybe I'm putting this in my head, but like the opening with the old man, which I know his name, but he just always reminded me of the guy from fucking RoboCop. But I do love that they bring him back just to kill him. And he has another assistant that has that like dorky, the Alec McBeal guy, the dorky, like kind of like puffy flat top with the glasses.
Sullivan.
And I'm like, it's like, he always has to have a right-hand man that has that look. I love it. It's like most people in the 80s and 90s have like a blonde with big boobs. He's like, nope, I want a dork guy with circle glasses and kind of a froey flat top. So. Yeah.
And they established too, it's been 8 years since the end of Child's Play 2.
From the future. So this is technically 1998.
Yeah. Which I think, isn't that when Bride of Chucky comes out?
Yeah. Yeah.
Which, that's pretty funny because it's like, ooh, we're really going to run into some issues with some time jumps.
Bride of Chucky, it takes place in like 2015 then, if we're going by just general timelines.
Yeah. Well, and also Curse also then has issues because then that puts it, Curse of Chucky technically takes place before Bride of Chucky.
Does it?
Yeah, because it ends on
what?
Yeah, because the Curse of Chucky ends on the opening of Bride of Chucky, where Tiffany kills the cop.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I have no idea. I did not ever. Now I've never thought this.
When we get to that, we'll get into that because I need to remind you too. Curse of Chucky has, I think, a mid credit and an end credit stinger, so you're gonna have to actually make sure you're watching all of this because it is important.
Pause the next. Like I can't talk about this. As far as I'm concerned, I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? But okay, either way. But this is a time jump because Andy is older and it's played by who's the kid? Whalen? Is it Whalen?
Yeah, Justin Whalen.
Who
retired from acting.
Well, I guess he was in Serial Mom and something else. I forget what the hell he was in. Oh, was it Lois and Clark? Yeah. I'm going to say this. I'm going to say something that nobody's going to like. He is a better actor than adult Alex Vincent. I actually think they should have brought him back. I think Alex Vincent as adult is fine, but I've seen him in the show, and even at the end of fucking Cult or Curse, whatever the one. Yeah, now he's in Cult, but at the end of Curse, he's a little rough. I like this kid. I think he's a good actor. He's kind. I think he gives off good Andy Barclay vibes. I think it's a great casting choice. Just want to get it out of the way right now.
Yeah, he stopped acting. So, and also, yeah, they definitely. That is a controversial opinion because I think that most Chucky people, like when it comes to Justin Whalen, they take a not my Andy approach.
So, what is it called? Hold on. Phantasm, right? It's a good movie.
Oh,
Phantasm 2 replaces Mike, I believe. I think it's Mike. And I like the actor better than, because I think they bring the original one back. I believe.
They bring him back for other ones.
And it's the same thing where I was like, I think the recast is better. But you know what? Listen, we'll get to that when he comes on screen. I think this opening scene and the opening kill is fantastic. And it's right away, we're introduced to Chucky, Charles Lee Ray, yada, yada, in, I think, his peak form. Right away. You know, it's like nothing like strangulation to get the
blood pumping.
The blood, it's just, it has the voice. It's a little more Jack Nicholson. It's comedic. It's fun. It's tonally, it's like, okay, it's serious, but like we're now into one-liner mode, which is fine with me. I love it. I love that we're here now. Yeah.
His first line is "Don't fuck with the Chuck." Like, it's pretty hilarious. And also, we should mention too, there is a parallel between the beginning of 2 and 3, because this is the same CEO, like same actor and everything. So it's like they make sure that they're actually, it's not just like, oh, we're getting the CEO. It's like, no, it might even be in the same room, given how close these were filmed together. I'm assuming, and since they were both filmed in LA.
Yeah, I didn't make note of that, but it's the same guy, and he even says like kids are future like customers or something. I'm really bad at but he's like capitalism and making money is more important than the safety of children, and it's like it's right away. It's like this guy's a dick.
Yep.
This guy was a dick before, and he's still evil. And it's like right away, Chucky goes and takes him out. Yeah. And it's just a fun little. It's like, you know.
What do you think the logistics are of Chucky affecting 2 other good guy dolls? Because there's like 2 good guy dolls that are like talking and like doing a crazy little bit, and because you're like, oh, which one's Chucky? And then Chucky appears behind. It's like, wait, how did Chucky manage to do that?
So here's the thing: him turning them both on, I could say is just him turning them on. There's no magic there, right? The issue I have with this, and I'm going to put it as a point off, is that when the old man touches one of the Chuckies, the other immediately stops and his eyelids kind of squint.
Yeah.
Where it's like, yeah, see, that doesn't make sense. So, because you're saying that that's Chucky. Like essentially, if he put his hands on both their heads, they stop talking and then turns around, gets hit by the golf club. That would have been more authentic, because the other one wouldn't have stopped right away. That actually doesn't make any sense. Yeah. That's essentially a red herring that doesn't add up. You know, like there's no payoff to that, because no doll would act like that. It wouldn't stop because they wouldn't stop talking, like mid-sentence. So it's like they kind of fucked up. They wanted you to believe it was him and didn't have a good way of doing it.
Yeah. I think, again, it's them having to rush everything, where then they're not really thinking through. So it's the same thing of like, once we get Chucky more, we're not getting that John Lafia spending his whole day trying to perfect a certain shot. Like you can tell that it's like a lot more like, oh, we're just going to shoot like Chucky from like the waist up. That way we don't have to worry about his lower half and can just pan along with him, which, it's whatever. With how quickly they had to film this, I'm not as upset about that kind of stuff. But I am curious, because it's like, it genuinely seems like that dart to the back of Sullivan like paralyzes him from the waist down.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, I think that's what's supposed to be, no? Like, it hits him in the spine.
Because Chucky has the greatest aim ever. Because I think he even says bullseye. It's like you were meaning to like just paralyze him.
It's a classic opening, man. It's one of those things. Like, even I think people that hate 3, which I don't know where it stands now. When I was a kid, this was the one that was always the worst. And I mean, and honestly, it deservedly so. I mean, after 1 and 2, this is, if you're rating it as a trilogy, this is the third best one. Mm-hmm. But I remember even this scene being something that people would be like, well, you know, it's kind of yada, yada, yada. But the opening kill is awesome. And I still agree.
Wow, whole opening. When I only watched The Omen 2 this past year, but dear God, is the military school aspects very similar.
That's been a long time. I don't love the military school aspects. I'll be honest. I don't hate it. I just find it kind of boring in terms of like locations. I just think there's other interesting stuff to do. Though I will say, it's grown on me as I've gotten older. But between us, I would have loved this to take place anywhere else. I just think if you're gonna have an adult Andy, I get it. He's secluded. He can't. Essentially, it's handicapping him. They needed an older Andy not to just be able to do whatever he wanted. I think that would be my my thought process and why they're in the Kent military school. But
yeah, boarding school would have worked. I think just as you had like same thing, but then you're not having to deal with like the military aspect because the military stuff is weird in a Chucky film.
Yeah, and I just don't like. I think what comes down to I don't like schools. I mean, I told you my big issue with H2O was the school as well. It's just I don't know, just something visually I don't find super interesting. But like I said, I've come to find this to be a unique little sidestep. So it's like whatever. Mm-hmm. Though, as a kid, I remember my dad always complained. He's like, you wouldn't have kids and women in the same squad. They wouldn't be together. It's rare to. He's like they'd be in separate parts all. It's just like stuff like that where it's like, yeah, it is weird that there's like two chicks and a child in the same thing. But I kind of wish, and I know this is gonna seem like I'm a grumpy ass. I think Tyler is a bad character to have in this because if we're going to age up Barkley, because the whole point is aging out because they're like, well, we want to do the kid thing again. Having just another kid, it's like, well, what's the point of that then?
Yep.
It's like, just then have Barkley. It's
yeah.
It's like, I don't know, because, Mancini was like very clear. Well, I want to do some different. I didn't have a lot of time. So it's like, I want to age up Barkley so we didn't have the same dynamic with the kid. And then he rents a kid. So it's like, come on, man. Come on.
Yeah. Yeah. You literally could have made it so it wasn't a kid that then he has to go after. I don't know. Yeah, I agree with that. Tyler is a weak element of this. And also the pure fact Chucky's going to be a bro.
Well, that's an amazing line. Well, that saves it, actually. Chucky's going to be a bro. His cadence, too, going to be a bro. It has like a bit of rhythm to it. It's like, yeah.
This is fucking hilarious, it's also, too, because it's like, well, bros are real different nowadays versus back then. The line would probably work better if saying brother.
Yes.
Going to be a brother. Yeah. But also, is Sergeant Botnick the best character in the whole franchise?
So wait, Sergeant
Andrew
Botnick.
Robinson?
Yes. Has a fetish for people's hair. Like takes it like that's his only, he has like a one note character. Like I like it because again, he's the barber and he's a grumpy military guy, or maybe grumpy is not the right word, but like when you think of military characters, it's just like tough and crazy. But I love that this character, for some reason, just walks around touching kids' hair and like looking for the perfect length. It's such a odd character choice that I wonder, even if it's in the script verbatim of how he talks, part of me is like, I wonder what Mr. Robinson brought to that. Because to me, it's like, I bet that was him. I bet his like weird sort of eccentricities. That's what I'm looking for. I kind of have a feeling that was him. Like, I don't know. I don't think that I can't see that being on the page.
Yeah.
I mean, who knows? I didn't read the script, of course, but.
Yeah, no, I agree. It seems like what he's bringing to it. I mean, how his line reading was like, oh yes, we're seeing some skin now, aren't we? Where he's like cutting Tyler's hair. Just like, what the fuck? This is so crazy. And how it's weird too. I assume that since Justin Whalen was like a child star doing child stuff, I assume that they just like couldn't give him a buzz cut. It's like he goes from like longer hair, but then it just goes down to just like a normal haircut.
He has the hair that Mr. Botnick was giving other cadets shit for. And this is his hair the whole time where it's like, well, come on, Botnick. This is too long. You just were walking down the chow hall. Look, and he's like, I think you're about due for a cut Tuesday. I like he was giving days. Yeah. Just off the cuff. Well, I mean, it's funny. I'm all stressed out watching this. I'm thinking like fuck, I'd be nervous because I'm eating. I'm nervous because this guy's behind me. And now I have to remember like a date, like I have to like do it. Like I got to go write this down, and good for him for just being able to like being like, okay, I got Chuck on Tuesday. I got Will on Monday. I got, yada, yada on a Saturday, whatever the days are. But it's like, everything about this is like, man, I don't think I'd do well in the military school. I think I'm too floaty.
I mean, I don't like the strict regimen that they have to go through and getting up early. I can't do that. There's some certain people that can fall asleep at a certain time, and
Oh, dude, I want to be yelled at this much. Like, here's the thing. If I'm doing what I'm told, don't yell at me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's my big thing about the military. It's like, I just do what you said. And you're going to yell at me back. I know they're like, we want to break you to rebuild you. But it's like, I'm doing what you're saying.
Yeah.
Like, the rule should be, you yell at me if I'm fucking up. But they're yelling at them when they're doing things properly. Though, I mean, Barkley in this movie is hilariously just, like, I almost want to be like, dude, just play it better. Just, like, play along for a little bit longer.
Yeah, play along just a little bit. But I do really like Andy having like PTSD with the Good Guy Doll commercial, because obviously it's been 8 years. Good Guy Doll's been out of circulation all that time, so he's not. It's not like he's being inundated with that. Which as a kid seeing this, I was definitely like, wait, why is he upset about this commercial? This commercial just be around, but they make it clear in the whole CEO meeting, like, no, we're bringing this back. This is our top seller. We're bringing it back, which. It works for me. Like I like how Bender shoots it, and how like we're seeing Tyler get all excited about it, which then makes sense for later on. And I like how they handle that.
Another scene that I think they did really well to piggyback off this is when Waylon's doing his like gun drills, and you see the I don't know if the sergeant or the captain, who's the main guy, Colonel Cochran. That's it. He's walking with the doll. And like, you get the soft focus background, and like it's like kind of slow motiony, and Waylon's just kind of freaking out seeing him hold the doll. And I do appreciate that he basically immediately knows, like, which is appropriate. But you never, we've seen enough movies where, I mean, for fuck's sake, the X-Files went on for 9 seasons and it's a lovely show. But Mulder or Scully, I should say, was always giving Mulder shit even into season 7, where it's like, bitch, you've seen aliens and monsters. Let's just trust him. So I like the fact that he's not like, well, and rationing or he immediately goes on the offense the second he sees the doll. And obviously then we get into the not garage, oh my gosh, garbage truck kill, which is one of those things that I used to love as a kid and I still love now. But again, my fucking dad, he was in the military. So like, I'll never forget like him pointing out as it happened. I have a memory of us watching this. He goes, that's not how garbage trucks work. I'm like, fucking dad. And now I watch it. It's like the labyrinth. It's this giant spike.
It's so corny nowadays, but it's like, it looks great. Like, it looks terrifying.
Exactly. It's one of those things where it's like, oh man. Though, it's like, I guess even if he didn't ruin it then, I would have watched it later in life and been like, well, why is there a giant rolling spike? It's still cool though. Only complaint is I wish they showed his hand getting cut off, but I mean, I do like that it is one of those just overly mean, cynical kills, which, the series has come to be known for. And that's, even if it's, more implied, I think it's a great kill.
Yeah, Chucky being an asshole, getting the guy in there, acting like he's a kid, and then
I know, going
sneaks
for
out.
Fucking making the guy believe there's a child in there. It's like, it's kind of dark. Well, that kind of, it is very dark.
Yeah, especially because that proves like this is a good guy. I mean, they could have shown him like checking out some of the underage girls or something right before, just so we get that little bit of karma. But no, he's just a good guy from the jump.
Yeah, that's a good point. But number 2, he killed the old man's partner. Well, though I guess the old man was covering up for a murder, but still, it's like Chucky's not. He's really not trying to hurt. He's an actual just bad dude.
Yeah.
Actually, I say that forgetting that he was like the North Shore Strangler or the Lake Shore, not North Shore, Lake Shore Strangler. Oh my God, what's going on with me today, buddy? It's like why would we think he was good ever? He was killing women in 80s Chicago.
And I also want to talk about when like Chucky's whole introduction, because Tyler is an absolutely terrible package deliverer. There's like a big fragile sticker on it, and he's treating the thing like he's Ace Ventura. He's fucking dropping it. It's going all over the place. From like, dude. You're fucking like, you're so clumsy. Quit with this shit. Which, I mean, I know it's on purpose, so then they can have it tear. But it's like, you can do that same thing and make him very like, I don't know, much more aware and trying to protect the box. Instead, it just makes him look so inept, which then he immediately, as soon as he sees what it is, he like takes it into the armory and he's like, oh, I'm going to open this up myself. Because I want this bad boy. Like, Jesus Christ, kid. He's playing like a Sega Game Gear later. I'm like, how are the military people just allowing this to happen?
They wouldn't. And as a fan of the Game Gear, it's like, yeah, dude, it was 6 AA's. That thing would last like 20 minutes. It's like, you can have one of those.
Yeah, it's not like they had rechargeable batteries back then.
Not accessible to this kid.
Yeah, which you essentially need. I remember when I used to play the Game Gear because my dad's best friend had it. They had like a plug-in option.
Yep, the adapter,
yeah, which was what
the plug-in.
Yeah, we did most of the time because it was like no, otherwise just go through batteries way too quickly.
I think that's why it failed. I think to me because it's unreasonable.
Yeah,
as a handheld device.
Yeah, I mean it looked great. Like I remember everything. It seemed more advanced than a Game Boy, but I still have it. Was awful. Do you really?
Yeah, hell yeah, I did. I have Mortal Kombat 2, Sonic 2, a couple games in there. RoboCop versus RoboCop. Yeah, yeah, but we're yes.
Yeah, I think it's RoboCop versus Terminator.
So I always like seeing Game Gears in them because it was like this and Surf Ninjas had a Game Gear. It was just a short shelf life, and it was good to see it there. Though I want to talk about again. The actor who plays Tyler seems like a good dude. I don't think he's like necessarily a bad actor per se. I just think the character's shit. I'm being a little picky right now just because it is one of those things I wrote down. Like Chucky bursts out and immediately starts like swearing and like, I got it when Andy was like a 6-year-old boy and could be kind of tricked. I feel like it's a little weird that Chucky is just straight up fucking being himself. And this kid's like, oh, I thought you said 3 things. It's just, I don't know. It's one of those things. Again, actor's fine. I just think the role's written bad because I just want to remove all this stuff. I'm like, we don't need that. He should have played it like he did with Andy. I'd believe it more. But in this, and I kind of appreciate in the role of, for you're thinking of Charles in the body Chucky, where it's like, I don't got time for this. It's weird that the kid's buying it so quickly. That's all.
Yeah. I do like that the kid refers to him as Charles. Like Charles. It's always Charles. And Chucky, I think Chucky says fuck a lot in this movie. I think first thing the Tyler is, who the fuck are you? Like, oh God, should be an indicator, especially to little Tyler once Andy's all paranoid about it. It's like, oh yeah, I guess Charles is really lewd and crude. Maybe he's onto something here, which would be different if it was like, no, not Charles, my sweet doll.
Yeah,
no, he's never sweet. Andy. Yeah. It's always being a fucking asshole to him, which I do. There's like, I like that it's established that since Chucky has a new body, he doesn't actually need Andy anymore, but it's done in like such an expository way. It's funny. It's like he literally has to explain it out loud.
Yeah. Yeah. He says to himself, wait a second, I had a new body. Yeah. Which, I mean, again, I really like the concept. I just wish that we didn't do it with another child. I mean, that's what I think I like more about, or not more, but I think the story aspect that I do really appreciate about Bride is where he's like, fuck it, I'm a killer doll. Like, I kind of think this would have been the perfect movie for that.
Yeah.
He just wants to get revenge on Andy. He's like, I'm going to kill you because you fucking put me in the ground twice.
I mean, what a great way to have done it. Make it De Silva. Make De Silva the person that he first reveals himself to. Then it's the love interest. So you have like Andy trying, like don't go the same child route, but then you have a reason for Andy to really go for it. It also adds this weird thing where Chucky then is potentially going to be a woman, like, which they obviously do later on in the series. Yeah, would just would have made it more interesting, especially with, I hate this era. This era loved having love interests. Like, it's like the favorite element of this era where I'm like, oh my God, fuck, we don't need a love interest for every damn story.
No. And that was actually a big thing I had as a kid where I was like, make them friends. Like, love interests weren't a bad thing, but and I know that I almost sound like a Gen Zer saying this, but it's like, but it is one of those things where it's like, it's like, she's a cool character. I do think they have good chemistry, but that could have been friendship of like helping this guy out. Yeah. I don't need them to want to fuck. It just doesn't, especially in a situation like this. It's like, exactly. We could move along. Nothing changes. Yeah. She's looking out for somebody who, she even said, she goes, oh, that's, he's an orphan. When she finds out looking up his file and stuff, it's like, she's trying to take care of him. Yep. You could have this maybe subtlety of like, maybe she likes him, but that it's one of those, you never know.
No.
I don't need it. But I do like her as a character,
Yeah, same. I mean, I like that actress. I think she's in Entourage. Pretty sure she's like Ari's wife in Entourage. Yeah. Oh, I think, you know what I think too? Probably a big reason why the Child's Play 3, that part of the doc of Chucky isn't very interesting, is because it's all this, the people that they do talk to, it's almost all just the kids, which kids don't have that level of insight. Like literally one of the biggest reveals is something that I don't even consider something part of like the canon of the movie. Cause I don't think like it's the guy who plays Shelton being like, yeah, I played it bisexual. I played the role bisexual. I like watched it with that,
yeah, but I mean,
it's not. He's just a bi. Yeah, he's just a bi man who like he's now. It's like he's now attributing that to his performance. 100%. Where it's like no, because there's multiple times where it could have been with Andy being in his room late at night. Like if they were trying to go for that, they could have, and they did not.
Nightmare on Elm Street 2.
Yes,
that's a good example of like it's like one of those like once I got older, like, high school, I think plus, I was like, oh my God, this is gay. 100%. You don't, yeah. I mean, cause he in the doc, he goes, cause I said, fuck me. And he's like, I kind of made a hint to her. And and when I watched it with that in mind, I'm like, no, you did not. You actually acted and pronounced it like more of a, you gotta be kidding me. That was the tone. So it's like, and again, I'm happy for the guy that wants to kind of look back and, be proud of it, but you can't retroactively place that when it wasn't there. Even if you were playing like that, fine, but the director didn't shoot like that and your line delivery didn't hint at it. I mean, maybe I'm not the right audience for it, but yeah, I think I could pick up on something. But he's great. I think he's a great dickweed to keep it the language 90s,
No, he is. I think it's a fun. And as much as the military school is very stale, the characters in this are great. Like they feel dimensional and stand out and they're a lot more than just one note, which they easily could have been. Everyone, there's just a lot of personality amongst them, which I liked a lot.
Yeah, even like was it Whitehurst, that little dorky kid? I mean, like because I feel like this is the most, and I need you to correct me because I know this is more your subgenre than mine, or by a long shot, but I feel like this is the first one that, to me, like it has more of that slasher vibe. Do you find that here or no?
I don't know. I guess I don't really even see this as a slasher with how they go about things. Like Chucky in general, as much as he is a slasher villain, I don't think it ever falls under doesn't feel like a slasher.
Okay. Well, I was going to say like this to me just kind of has that like bunch of stock characters, kind of like here to die. But I do think they got the right actors. Everybody has a little like this. De Silva, like you said, doesn't have much to do. But I feel like she's charming. Whitehurst, he plays the dorky kid, but like there's something about him that like I feel like is sympathy towards. Obviously, Robinson's just being a weirdo, and then Shelton. Like he's just playing the dick, but like there's something about him that I'm like, I believe it and I kind of like him. Like as I've gotten older, I kind of like him because Andy is really just being bad at what he's doing. Yeah. Like if you take away the killer doll aspect and just think of it from Shelton's perspective, it's like this fucking new kid is not following a single rule. He's showing up his fucking room. He's like lying badly. Yeah, exactly, dude. Come on, man.
Yeah. No, it makes sense as to why he's acting like that. It's like, dude, you need to get your shit together. Especially you're showing up in my room late at night with a knife. It's like, I don't like anything about this.
No. Yeah, he should have waited. But like you said, he has PTSD and he's not really well thought out a young man at this point.
Yeah. When I think despite them doing the whole, because I think Chucky reveals himself to Tyler at like less than 30 minutes. I think it's like the 27-minute mark. So that's a lot of time to kill. And I think they do a good job of keeping Chucky away from him. Like there's him going after Andy and then the doll being taken by and ends up in the garbage truck, then ends up in like the Shelton's room, ends up in the what's his name, Colonel Cochran's room. Like they keep it away from Tyler enough because I'm sure you noticed they extended the ritual. The ritual is much longer now.
Yep, and I feel like it's like this for the rest of the series.
Yeah.
I I mean, it's probably a little longer too, but no, exactly. He has to do like the same saying like 5 times. Because if we're going off of movie number 1's logic, Tyler's no longer here. Now we got Chucky and Mr. Charles Lee Ray is officially a bro.
Yeah. Because I mean, the Ade Due Dembala, give me the whatever I beg of you.
I beg of you.
Yeah, give me the power I beg of you. It's like that was it in the first one. Now there's this whole Latin phrase coming after, and all of it's just repeated. But I do like they're doing the crazy
fish tank or not the cloud tank. It's what they do in water. Yeah.
Which I love that look, and I'm glad. That's kind of the thing I wish was more prominent later on, because I don't think we really get those as much. But I could be wrong. But with how much Chucky like replicates himself later, I definitely don't think they do it nearly as often.
No, that's probably one of the aspects. What's his face? Mr. Mancini's been kind of secretly trying to get away from.
Yeah,
even though he's acknowledged and probably warmed up on it, but he's still pissed about it.
Yeah. How great is Chucky trying to kill Colonel Cochran or Colonel Cochran? Instead, he has a heart attack.
I've always liked that.
Chucky's upset about it too, because like he wants to kill him. He's like, "Fuck." He's like, seems annoyed that he doesn't get to kill him.
So in that Chucky doc, Mancini was saying that he did it as more of an insult to Colonel Cochran. And I got to be honest, I've never taken it that way. I always thought it to be like this guy who's seen so much in life and can handle so much, but like something supernatural was just too much for him. I always thought it was like a smart death.
Mm-hmm.
Like this guy could plan for anything. He's a colonel. He's been in the military, 2 tours of Nam. But this fucking weird doll coming to life was just like, I can't, it's too much. And just dies and falls into the little like glass thing. I've always liked it. I don't know. Yeah, it's clever to me. Because you think that this is going to like be a guy that would probably last the end. Like they set him up. He's like I remember even as a kid, I was like, oh, I know this guy. He's a well-known actor. Mm-hmm. So the fact that they knock him out, like I guess it is 50 minutes in the movie, but he's not in it a ton. So to me, I just assumed he'd last longer. I think it's a fun kill. I think it's against the grain.
He shows up in Doc of Chucky, right? Yeah, he does.
Yes.
That's what I thought.
Doc of Chucky didn't have Bender or Robinson, which is my big issue, because I feel like they would have given me insights and stories.
Yeah, I needed to know what Robinson's whole deal was with how he played this, because so fucking over the top and wonderful.
He's not dead, right? No, he's alive.
No,
Who the fuck is this guy? He's 83. Yeah.
Yeah, it might just be doesn't have the stories to tell still left.
No, I bet 83, he just doesn't give a shit. I mean, dude, he's on borrowed time. Let him just relax. I get it. But Bender's still young enough to be talking, so I want to know why how they couldn't have got him. That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. He would have been very interesting for that. But there's a line that Shelton says after they like discover that Cochran's dead, and something like this guy served 2 tours in Vietnam, and this is what gets him. It's like something's just not right. Or it's like, dude, that's how life works, motherfucker. Like, doesn't just because you're fucking, a badass and are able to do, tours in Vietnam, that doesn't mean that like a heart attack can't come for you. If anything, that should be more expected.
He was old and he was overweight.
Yeah.
Like maybe in 1991, they just didn't see it coming. But a part of me is like, I think he lived longer than he probably would have normally. I mean, obviously going through the stress of war twice probably weakened this man's like heart, and he didn't take care of his body.
Yeah. You would think that they would be more understanding of like, hey, they should get the lesson of sometimes it's just what happens. This is how life's a bitch sometimes.
Yeah, exactly. Life gets in the way. What is it that saying? Life is what gets in the way you're making plans. Like, yeah, this poor guy was just going to die regardless. I mean, who knows? Maybe he had high blood pressure. Like maybe Chucky like killed him just because he fucking got excited.
Yeah, that's always such a great moment. And then, I mean, us losing Mr. Botnick, Chucky doing like the Chucky just cutting his neck and being like, presto, you're dead.
I think it's probably the quintessential kill of the movie, if I'm being honest.
Yeah. It's like awesome.
I like the look of his office. I guess, well, it is his office, the barbershop.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's all like the little pictures on the wall. It's just, you can see like the cold, dead trees and the snow. It's just about it. I think it's, and again, how it's filmed. Like you get a little zoom in Chucky. Them doing how they did the mirrors, I think is interesting. Wow. Just everything about this. This is like a good scene. And again, it's like, this is classic Chucky to me. You know, I just wish we kept in this tone where it's like Chucky is funny. He's talking shit. He's cynical, but like it's still taken to a degree of seriousness. Because, you know, I mean, we'll get to it eventually. I like the later entries. I do. But I think they're a little too winky, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, they have a very different tone.
I miss this tone. And I have a feeling we're never going to get it back.
No, we're absolutely not. Because Mancini has kind of veered the franchise off into a different thing where there's still, the roots are there from the, you know, original trilogy, but I think Ronnie Yu set things on a different path, and then it just, Mancini took that and ran with it, was able, obviously developed his own like directorial flourishes that then kind of just took hold of the franchise. And yeah.
Can I say something controversial? I feel like Mancini works best when somebody else directs, because I think having just a little bit of outside influence, I think, is what made this. It was what makes the series its best. Again, yeah. I do enjoy the stuff that has been completely his, but I feel like it's always good to just have somebody to either question or to kind of just be like, yeah, I think this is a good angle to go, or this how we should do this or that. I don't know. I just think, and again, this is a very kind of serious movie, and doesn't have any of the interesting flourishes that we get in like Bride. But I don't know. Like I said, I just think like this is my favorite tone. Yeah. Like, and I think 2 is my favorite movie, but this is my favorite tone because I think I do like Chucky being more of a cynical, like presto, you're dead. that's awesome.
Yeah. And fucking, I mean, how great is Botnick for like seeing this doll with long hair and wanting to be like, I got to cut that hair. He has a fetish. Yeah, he does have a fetish. He wants to just cut that shit, which I'm glad he didn't, because we've seen Chucky with cut hair in other entries, and I definitely prefer. Yeah, I prefer longer Chucky.
No, Chucky needs to look exactly the same. I don't want different. Yeah, I think it's a cult day. It's like a buzz. Yeah. It's like, man, I don't know.
Yeah. But, well, what are your thoughts on the war games?
I was going to say we get to my favorite part. Actually, this is the part that I love the most, because I find this to be the scary part of the movie. And again, that's in quotations because we're adults. Even as a kid, I didn't think it was scary per se, but the idea of him putting live ammunition and having like a go out on like I said, the war games, I think that's awesome. That to me is like, that's probably should have been longer if I'm having any complaint. I mean, I think this is such a good ending set piece. This is when we're kind of using the school more and doing more with the setting of the military. I think it's fantastic. Yeah. It amps everything up. It makes sense. You know, I mean, though I'm not sure how paintballs work in real military rifles, but whatever. I'm just going to pretend it exists.
Yeah, those are fucking absurd. Like, I think they would still cause a lot of damage.
I agree. That's a good point. Yeah, with that kind of action. But I think it's like, okay, we're using this. We're using this setting. I think, you know, we used to talk about this. It's like, okay, going to put in a factory. What are you going to do? Okay, well, the factory got the Discovery Zone rollers. We got the doll maker. We got like, okay, the military school or boarding school like H2O. There's not much to do, but it's okay. War games in the woods with rifles. Like, that's fucking fun, man. I've always liked it. I like it a lot. And I actually like us being outside. Yeah. Because we're back to that being a chilly movie.
I prefer my war games to be of the computer variety.
With your big brother cry, huh?
Yeah. Love that movie.
If it's not Ferris Bueller, it's not a war game.
Exactly. But no, I agree with you. Of like, it has that. I like how it's shot. It almost feels like it's shot like a Friday the 13th.
I can see that.
Yeah, once it's out and at night. But did you notice that during the campfire stories, one of the girls goes, "There's a mental institution a few miles from here." And do you think that she's like was going to tell the story of Karen Barkley?
I never thought about that.
Yeah, because then it like trails off at that moment. Cause I'm like, it seems like they're hinting at that.
I never even put that together. That would have been great. Oh, what a great moment, man! See, this is probably being rushed. It's like she starts telling the story. Now she probably doesn't even know the name, so she starts telling the story like there's this woman whose son and a doll, and then you kind of just like you could zoom into Andy and have him like have just a reaction and realize like, oh, that his tale, his story's become a campfire story.
Yeah,
good.
Yeah, again, it's probably the 9 month between films, which I mean that means script written, filmed, and edited in 9 months. That's we can't even get TV shows these days in that amount of time.
It takes like 3 years to get another season. Yeah, and for as competent as this movie is for that time, because again, it's Bender is a TV director. I mean, he might have done some movies. I think he did. Did he do Stepfather 2? Making that up. Regardless, I apologize for not being more prepared. But Bender is a TV guy. Regardless, he's done some movies. That's his style and his love has come from that. So it's like, I think a lot of this works because that I just feel like things were different back then. I hate to be this guy. I think there was a level of professionalism that just probably doesn't exist. Because again, this isn't digital, this is film. So it's like, It's not like they're able to watch it right back. It's like, no, this is all captured and done. And, it feels a little rushed and we both can admit that, but I still would put this high in the list of order of the movies just because I think it still resembles what I love about the first two.
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, he directed episodes of The Sopranos even, so. And Game of Thrones.
That's a good point. That's a good point. I don't want to talk shit because it's TV because I've loved his stuff on TV. I find him to be a cinematic director, but I'm just saying, like, it's not like they got some top tier. They didn't get De Palma. It's like they got a TV guy, and it's like it just shows you, man.
Because it was they probably wanted a TV guy, so it was cut together quicker, or like someone that could go do quicker. Though, I mean, they did try to get John LaFia back for this. He just turned it down.
I did, which it's one of those like, what if, man? I mean, listen, I would have loved to be in that universe where he said yes.
Yeah.
I'm a little disappointed because I didn't know that before I watched the doc, and it's like, why? I know they're like, you just want to do the same thing twice. It's like, yeah, but you made man's best friend. It's like, come on, dude. But who knows? I mean, maybe he would have done it. Maybe he didn't take it because they were like, military school. He's like, I'm good. Who knows?
Yeah. I think his big thing was also time. It's like, you want me to do it in how much time? Fuck that. I'm going to go make a killer dog movie.
Or Lance Henriksen. I mean, I don't mind because in the end, different directors give different styles. And it's why I love a lot of the movies I love. Nightmare on Elm Street in particular, where it's like we don't maybe get the flourishes that we got in that, but still, this movie does have its distinct feel. And I do believe that's, tied directly to Bender.
Yeah. No, I get that. Well, and I will say the Mr. Andy Barkley and De Silva, they really go to town with that kiss. Like they went all in for it.
Yeah, I guess that's a good point.
Makes me, I didn't like their love interest angle, but I'm like, okay, well, at least you guys committed to this.
They're both young and hot at the time, like she had that, I'm assuming was hot 90s haircut. And he probably had at the time, it was a hot 90s haircut,
Yeah.
Listen, I'm not gonna lie to you. Like the 90s was like, my childhood was in the 90s. So it's like a lot of the haircuts, the styles, like I do have a fondness for, but it is hard looking back now. It is funny. I don't care how young you are. You will look back and things will look dumb. It is just a guarantee.
Yeah.
And it's like,
Yeah.
Like the jeans and the girls in this are rough.
Yeah. There's a lot of fucking wacky. Well, and also her, like De Silva's redhead friend that just kind of appears and then disappears from the narrative. Where you're like, wait a minute, was there more to this, or like did you guys cut this? It's very strange because you would almost expect her to be involved, especially once she puts helps put the lipstick on. Yeah, you would expect Chucky to get some revenge on that.
Yeah, that's a kill that they wasted for sure. It's like why not? I don't know. She needed like a friend, and then they're just like, yeah, but she had like that like 1980s hair, which is like, ooh, that's rough.
Yeah, super rough. But the whole, I mean, there's a lot of tension in the final acts. You know that Chucky switched out the live rounds for the red team.
Yeah, so and they make you wait, which I think is actually smart, because it's really towards the very end when oh my gosh, what the fuck's his name? Sheldon goes and has that fuck me line. It's like that's the start of it. It's like, you know, I kind of appreciate that they kind of keep it on like the boiling point for a good chunk.
Yeah. Well, and that squib on Shelton is absolute perfection because it's front and back. Oh.
And it's a good, healthy, like a couple ounces, you know?
Yeah. There's a lot going through with that. I'm like, oh yes, this is what I like. I like this level of squib.
Yeah. I always say like, really, my minimum is like a RoboCop is like what I believe to be this, like that should be standard, you know?
Yes.
I want that. Anything less than that, it's like, it's more realistic. It's like, I don't care. I don't give a shit if you're shooting Schindler's List. I want a fucking RoboCop squid. And I believe this to be of the same caliber. Maybe, obviously if it was Verhoeven, we would have got like 16 shots. So I guess that's the only issue is I wish every motherfucker took a shot at Shelton, but Sheldon. But regardless, I agree.
No, it's Shelton.
Is Shelton?
Yeah, Shelton.
Well, I apologize now. I don't know if I've been calling him Shelton or Sheldon this whole time, so we'll see.
It wouldn't be a needlessly nostalgic episode if you didn't say the name wrong half the time.
Because I don't use names when I think of movies. Like, I just don't. Like, I'm the kind of guy that goes like, you know, listen, I'd be like, okay, Waylon. I call him Waylon. I call him Brett Dorff. Robinson. It's like, I don't really give a shit about your character's name, you know, unless it's something I've seen my whole life.
Yeah.
But even watch Tremors, I'm just like, well, that's obviously, it's bacon. You know what I'm saying? So it's hard. It's hard for me. I'm out of my element, buddy.
Well, how about with, I like the moment with, was it Whitehurst going along?
Jumps on the,
Yeah. Because this is after he sees Botnick. He literally sees Chucky in the aftermath with Botnick. And like, because Chucky does like the boo and like Whitehurst runs and then he won't go with Andy, even though he knows because he's just like paralyzed with fear. So he gets a little mini arc in this. Though,
he does. Redemption, like,
maybe kick it away. Maybe do something like try to figure some other route versus just like sacrificing yourself.
I mean, it'll be remembered.
Yeah. I mean, it's a great
probably
moment.
Not actually. Yeah, no, it's a cool, it's like a cool effect where I'm assuming it was just like air and dust, but it always looked real. And, I feel like that's probably obviously I never threw a grenade or seen one explode in real life, but I feel like that's probably a very grounded, accurate reaction. Cause like you ever see them in other movies where it's like, fire and blows off shit where it's like, no, it's actually just more of like, density. So,
yeah. I'm sure that's probably something to do with the lack of time versus, and if that same thing was done later on in the franchise, it would have just gore exploding everywhere.
Exactly. Which was great, but I like how down to earth they keep that kill just because, he's doing something good. And like you said, he was a coward before, so him kind of leaving on top, I think is smart. Yeah. And I know it doesn't really make a lot of sense that there's just a random carnival in the middle of nowhere. And they do show it. It is in the middle of nowhere.
Yep.
I love the carnival. I really do, dude. I'm a sucker for lights and weird shit. Again, makes no sense. I'm going to admit it now, but I do think it's fun that we end somewhere colorful and bright and fun as opposed to them going back to the school. I'm going to say that now, regardless of the block you're going to bring up, because I didn't notice it myself, but.
Yeah, I know. I like the carnival, even though it's a weird tonal shift from the military academy. We're like, whoa, this is a big change, big change.
I mean, really, the movie should have taken place here the whole time. Really, it should have been Carney's. What if the story was Carney's? And we got Andy Barclay kind of just like traversing the land because he's old enough. He's like, that's 16, 17. He's emancipated. His mom's in the nut house. Pardon my French for using outdated language, but the crazy house, nut house.
Yeah.
And he joins the circus.
Yeah. What? And especially because they mention it being nearby, it's like we can then get a Karen Barkley cameo of Andy visiting her in the hospital so that we finally get our Catherine Hicks back. That's
what I'm saying. And then somehow somehow bring Chucky in. I don't know. You could still include, I don't know how it doesn't matter to him. It fucking doesn't matter. He kills him, looks him up, he goes, Andy's traveling with the carnival, huh? I've always wanted to go back. It's like, I've always wanted to see the carnival again. And then fucking he goes and gets there.
Or you just do it where Chucky's like, I'm going to take out Karen. Fuck this. And then he goes to try to take out Karen and he just happens to come across Andy. And he's like, oh, never mind. I'm going after Andy.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Anything.
Carnival, we get the cameos. Yes.
Maybe if Mancini had more than a month to write this, then maybe we would have gotten the carnival extended.
I don't know, man. I feel like the military, that's a carnival. They just rented one and boom, they had it. Military seems harder. Like you got to find that, get permits, just feel like, I don't know. I feel like he made a mistake.
I mean, I've never loved the military setting, but like I said before, it's like the Omen 2 made me a little bit more accepting of it. I'm like, oh yeah, I kind of dig how similar these are in vibe.
You like boarding schools, right? That's like a thing of yours.
Yeah, it's fun. Okay, this whole ending with the carnival roller coaster, which, dear God, could you not get me on a roller coaster from a pop-up carnival? Not a fucking chance. Not anymore. As a kid, I would have been all about it. Nowadays, not a chance.
I don't know where I fall on that. Part of me still wants to have the balls to do it, but I don't know. I'm more paranoid. I don't know. Yeah, talk to me like during the time. I might go on one of these. The risk of death,
I mean, maybe if Universal got their shit together and they're like, one of the things we are doing for Halloween Horror Nights this year, we're recreating the Child's Play 3 roller coaster. Like, okay, I'm down.
They should. Well, I mean, if Halloween Horror Nights did anything that, again, just at best as good as like a local haunted house. I mean, I expected so much more from one of the most prestigious film studios in the world.
Yeah.
I mean, like, again, the sets were good, but we talked about this. Nothing was like of a level that I expected. It was like, oh, it's good. It's fun. I
saw a horror movie wax museum in Salem. It's like $15 a ticket. Better than anything I saw at Horror Nights. It's fucking awesome. Biggest
disappointment in my life.
No, fucking terrible. No, I love how everything looks, like the different, like the red, there's that like red light to a lot of stuff. I mean, I think before they get to the final area, there's like some blue light, but I like the red light in the finale.
It's a very colorful look. In fact, I remember before this movie came out, there's a magazine. I don't know what it was. I have a distinct memory as a kid of looking through it, and it has a picture of Chucky standing up. I thought he was in hell, actually, because it's like him with the face off. And it's like, that was a photo. And it was like right under, it's like a little description is right under Suburban Commando and the guy with the alien arm. And I was thinking like, we are eating good this year. I was a little kid. So yeah, in fact, I would say that this is what I think got me introduced to what Chucky was. Cause they had a big standee at Video Village I think before it came out. It was like an advertisement for it. And it was just the face with a little trickle of blood. Mm-hmm. I remember I was 6 maybe when this came out. I don't know, 6 or 7, being like, what is that? Like, I remember like I was like enthralled by that face. Because, as kids, you like, I mean, I think because we are into horror, but either that shit turns you off or you were like attracted to it. Like I was pulled in, and this is one of those things where I was like, ooh, what is this?
Yeah. I mean, I think this whole finale is a reason that I would watch this movie on TV when I was a kid, because it's like, this finale is fucking sick. Like it's so well done. And yeah, Chucky getting part of his face sliced off, and like then Andy shoots off an arm, then Andy cuts off a hand, and like Chucky gets mutilated in this film.
Dude,
very well done.
Chucky ends up it's essentially a haunted house. It's a roller coaster, but that's what this is. It's like fucking brilliant. Mm-hmm. Brilliant. And I love that there's a fan with no safety guard at all. They're just, like I'm probably not realistic, but my whole life I was like, oh, you can't be walking around behind scenes, huh? No, it's great, man. I think, again, for rushing, I think this is really, really well done. And I just think it has like a visual look that I wish we got more of, man. I really do. Him with the face cut off, is my favorite battle damage look. I I guess there's only this and him being stitched up, but I like this, man. It's gross. The tendons and stuff. It's perfect.
Yeah, no, I love it. They do such a good job with the look of it, and I'm big fan. I can't like the one too. They set up Andy not being a good shot and being coached by Da Silva, and so like Andy misses a shot, and then he has to like essentially take Da Silva's lessons, and so then he's able to actually hit where he needs to. Though it's like, dude, you're so lucky you didn't accidentally shoot Tyler in this situation. It's such a bad shot you are.
Kills the little kid.
But then, I mean, is it quite possibly the greatest like Chucky death?
Yes, it's the best one of the series. And I loved, how much I loved 2. But no, him getting just shot, and it's like this cool slow motion, and it's like, and got the little flickering of the strobe light, and he hits the fan, and obviously they're smart. I do like behind the effects department, like filling with blood and guts, and it just fucking squirts everywhere. It's great, dude. It's great. Yeah,
it looks just insane. You see like the fan just is like cutting it up into even smaller pieces, and I think
it blows up essentially.
You can see the shoe even going through it. It's like, oh, that is so fucking good.
It's a very finite ending. Like, okay, we shot his heart in the first one. We melted him in the second one, blew up his head. This one, it's like, no, he's in 1/4-inch pieces. Yeah. And I like that because they said they're going to do a reveal where I guess the old man's picking up pieces of his face, and they're going to hint that that's how he's going to be brought back. I kind of like that they had this, like I said, finite ending where it's like, nope, Carnival starts shutting down. We pull back, and it's just the end of Chucky. And it really was. I mean, I grew up with the trilogy. I mean, dude, I was, I want to say 8th grade maybe by the time Bride came out. So for me, it's like there was, I was like, I went through like all of middle school and junior high essentially with just 3 Chucky movies. It was a weird thing. Again, flawed as it must be, I think this is a really a perfect ending.
Yeah, I mean, I like it in terms of the trilogy ending, though. I mean, it's a very abrupt ending. Andy essentially gets arrested. He doesn't get the handcuffs put on, but he's put in the back of a car. And then it's like the next shot is this guy picking up trash, and it's just like credits. It's like, boom. Done.
Andy's going to jail, buddy.
Yep.
It's kind of dark, I think about it. Yeah. Because every time he's around, people die. So it's like at this point, this guy is doing something, he's to be put away. So really, it's the most appropriate ending. It's like, I feel bad for Andy, but like, you got to go away, man. You're just, the world is not ready for your story. Yeah.
It's pretty brutal ending, but it doesn't affect me quite as much since it's not Alex Vincent. I'm like,
oh my God.
Different
Waylon's
version.
Better.
Different version.
Waylon's better than old Vincent. I don't care. How about this? I will correct myself, and once we start watching Cult. But I remember being a little like, I don't know.
I mean, I think all the acting in those movies is a little off once we get outside of the trilogy. So, I mean, we're about to see Katherine Heigl in the next one, so get ready.
Yeah, that's a good point. Well, let's see. I haven't seen Bride in a long time, so I'm excited.
Yeah. Well, what's your favorite kill from this film?
Oh, Sergeant Botnick's throat slit. I think that's just iconic.
Yeah, I would agree, because obviously we haven't been choosing the villain deaths, because otherwise, I mean, Chucky would be the best death in pretty much all the movies. But yeah, for this one, it's definitely Botnick. It's just a great moment. Though I do love the garbage truck death. I think if we saw a little bit more, then honestly, that's a good honorable mention, because I remember it so vividly.
It'd be my second if honestly, I think it would, because like you said, it's not necessarily gory, but it is very effective. So I'm down.
But yeah, I mean, our favorite from the second one was the teacher. So sometimes you don't need the gore to be a memorable death.
No, dude. No. And like I said, Child's Play really, I mean, the throat slit, I mean, it was bloody, but it wasn't, we're still not at the aggressive deaths yet. I feel like that actually starts with Bride.
Yeah. Yeah. Bridal. Yeah. We definitely get into some real brutal ones with Bride. But what would you rate Child's Play 3 out of 4?
It's hard because I know we try to, and you're better at this than me, like kind of take out history when watching these, but this is like so tied to like, I don't know. It's just tough for me. I'm going to say 3 stars. Like I would, how about this? If somebody said it's 2.5 out of 4, I wouldn't argue. I really wouldn't. I think that's fair. But as rushed and flawed as somebody could make an argument that this is, and I wouldn't push back, I feel like this was the last time that Chucky truly felt like Chucky. And because of that, I think 3 stars is very fair in my mind.
I'm right there with you. 3 stars. I think I really enjoy this one. I mean, other than the weird, because I guess I didn't mention it, of like, there's just weird moments with Tyler in that finale where it's like he just kind of does stuff because the script needs him to versus any logical way. Like he gets on the fucking the whatever weird monster thing that just perfectly times and he's able to get up, which then Chucky like latches on and then he just gets knocked out by the same thing. And there's just a lot of stuff where it's like, okay, the blocking isn't great in this. It can be very silly. Why not have Chucky be the one that knocks him out? But yeah, there's weird stuff like that in the finale, but I still like the visuals of that so much. And the military academy doesn't really bother me in this film like it did growing up. And I like it. It's not a movie that I definitely rewatch 1 and 2 more so and consider it the weak link amongst like when you consider it just the trilogy. But yeah, still a big fan of it. And it's just really, I've always liked it more than I think the general population. Because I think this has had kind of a negative bend to it for the most. Like, because I remember going up on the forums, like the third one was not considered, like not treated it in a good, like positive light, which I was always like, I mean, it's not as good as the others, but it's still good.
It was considered the worst, I think, until Seed came along. And obviously Cult and Curse are different because that's like I really don't, I think that's a separate thing, really, if you're being honest, because that's like straight to video and it's not the same. Yeah. But yeah, no, I mean, even because then Bright came out and reinvigorated the franchise and then people fucking hated 3 more. So yeah, I'm with you. But it's been a lonely road. Again, I don't fight back as much on this to people just because it's like, I get it compared to 1, 2, I really do. I happen to be very sympathetic and be like, it's still fun. Yeah. Like quality wise, like, yeah, it doesn't hold a candle to those 2, but if you really kind of take it as just like a series, like medium, it's a very solid entry.
Yeah, I completely agree. Well, I think we've pretty much done it. We've covered Child's Play 3. Now we're getting into the ultra violent ones of the franchise. But yeah, make sure you can check out our Patreon if you want to hear some ad-free episodes. Plus then we have monthly commentary and roundup. And then I guess we won't even tease we have some other things in the works that you guys can keep an eye out for that may have already released. So, or they're coming soon. I don't want to mention them. I don't want to jinx it, but yeah, think Tyler Mane interview, but other similar stuff. Well, hopefully that stuff will be happening soon-ish. And yeah, thank you guys so much for listening. We will see you in the next one. Goodbye.